Yellow, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Shakes and Fidget free to play playthrough. Today, we're gonna do a bit of explanation on one of the features of the game, and these are the pets. If you like this type of content, please don't forget to like and share the video. Please leave a comment below if you want to see more of this type of content or if you want me to change something. And don't forget to subscribe to get notification when a new video is out. Let's start with the pets. I will try to keep it short because there is not a lot to talk about when it comes to pets. There are really some important things which need to be covered, and bear in mind that the pets are quite important for the development of the game. So, pets are unlocked on level 75. So, as soon as you get level 75, on one of the quests. I think even the first one. I don't think it. I think it's guaranteed. It's 100% chance you would get a pet nest. It looks like on screen, and once you get it, you just click on. You will hear have a notification when you click on it. The pets will be unlocked. At the beginning, you will have only few pets. You will only have the first one of each habitat. So these five on the top are different habitats. So you have shadow, light, earth, fire, and water, and each one of them give you and your um, followers, which is a topic for another time. It gives you boost in stats, and more or less the logic of the stats is sort of, let's say, color based. So the water one, blue one, same as the gem. The blue gem gives you strength. The red one, as the red gem, gives you luck. The green one, as the green gem, gives you intelligence. Yellow, dexterity, and last one, constitution. So the more pets you have, the higher the level they are, you get bonus on your stats. So it's really, really important to have the pets. It takes a while to unlock all of them because some of them are connected to a specific event. Like, for example, um, let's say this one, you need to do it on a Halloween during the Crazy Mushroom Harvest. The point is that the chances that you have a crazy mushroom harvest on a Halloween are, let's say, not that good because the events happen over the weekend. So only when the Halloween is on the weekend, you will have a chance to unlock this one. So there is a lot of such cases like April Fool's Day, which means once per year on the 1st of April, you can get this one. And similar. So there is a bunch of them which takes a while to unlock. However, it is possible to unlock all of the pets with a solid gameplay without depending on a year, because some of the pets which you sort of unlock, uh, let's say in each of the rows all the way until the end, can be unlocked without any kind of dependency from the, let's say, world life holidays, events, and similar. So, for example, this one here, Pinklinks, is one which you can unlock every Thursday. So it does not depend on any kind of event. So from this point of view, you do need to unlock as much pets as you can, and also each one of your pets which you unlock gets a bonus from other pets, which enables you to push it forward to get the other pets. But this I will cover in a few minutes. So when you unlock the first time, you'll have only first pets, and the main thing which you need to do is push to get some other pets. And the reason for this is because there is a couple of strategies which you can employ to get to the last pet as fast as possible, because the last pet is of course the strongest one. um, this is a screen of the pets, and there are two main things here when it comes to fighting. The first one is this one here. This is the fight against other players and their pets. And then you have here the attack against a habitat. So this is when it comes to the fighting. So this is to unlock other pets, or unlock the possibility to get them, you still need to find them once you unlock them. And then this is to fight other players and get some food for your pets. When on food, this is exactly the food. There are 5 different types of foods for each type of the pet, and you can just drag and drop here or drag and drop on the pet in order to feed them. I will not feed this one. We'll explain in a second. So generally, you would just drag and drop to feed them. So this is just shortly about the screen. Now, when it comes to the feeding of the pets, the process goes in such a way that you can feed a pet 3 times per day, unless there is a awesome assembly of the pets something event. In this case, I think it's assembly of awesome animals. In this case, you can feed each pet 9 times. In addition, you would get more food from every source. So instead of getting one food per whatever quest or per fight or per win in a habitat, you would get three. And also in the Dr. Abavuvu wheel 2.0, you would get five food. So it's really boosted heavily. So from this point of view, sometimes it makes sense to keep some of the fights for the pet event when you know it's coming. But in general, this is how you feed it. And now the main question someone might ask is which pets to feed and should I invest in all of them and how it works. And for this, I suggest that you look at the page which I will share just right now. This I will leave it in the description below. This is a description of the pets and how it works. It gives you how to unlock the pets, the stat bonuses which they give, and similar how it works in the PvP battles, how it works in the PvE or against the habitat. So it gives you all of the explanation. But what is most important is how to get to the last pet as fast as possible. And here you can see that there are certain strategies on how to get it, and it all depends on the situation. So if you have a certain amount of pets, if you have a certain level of gladiator, which is an underworld thing, I will mention it quickly, but I will not lose too much time at the moment. So it depends on multiple things. So when it comes to feeding the pets, there are two main strategies. One is to feed a pet to maximum and try to push as much as possible when it comes to unlocking the pet. So, for example, you push your first pet to level 100, and then you push as much as possible you can with that pet until you reach the maximum of the pets you can unlock in that particular habitat. Then you take that one and you push it to maximum, and then you push the maximum the last one. This um, strategy, while working, might not be the best when it comes to the feeding or to the amount of food you would need, because sometimes it makes sense to drop or change the pet sooner, um, and start feeding the new pet rather than losing the amount of food on the old pet. So, for example, here is the shadow. There are two different options. You can see here that so you can see what each of the icons means. So this one is the level of pet needed for that specific pet. So, for example, in the first pet, you would upgrade it to 100. And if you have 10 other pets and you have the gladiator on level 9, there is a 1% chance that you will unlock pinklings. Once you have the pinklings, you get it on a level 100 with 13 pets, and gladiator on level 11, you have 1% to unlock poison snake. So you can see here that the chance of unlocking the next pet is like 1%, and with the unlimited amount of shrooms, this is not a problem. You just spam it and you would win. With a limited amount of shrooms or free to play, as we are playing it, it would take, let's say, quite a long time for us to be able to unlock the next pet. Whilst the second option, the second strategy is to do the 2T up to level 40 And you can see that you only need 6 pets and a 6 gladiator. With a 1% chance, you can immediately move to pet the cut. And with the 87 level, again, you're not using 100 as you did here. So this is 200 resources. And this is 127. You're moving to Ninja Star or Ninstar. And also here you need 13 pets and gladiator 11. Here you need gladiator 9 and 11 pets, and you have 1.28% chance to move to the next one and then to the next one. So from this point of view, you need less of other stuff, but you might need a bit more food because here you have 127 and plus 98. This is already 220 approximately. In order, yeah, it's here it says 225. You need 225 food in order to unlock poison snake, while here you need 200. However, you need one pet less in total and the gladiator on the same level, so it's much different when it comes to this. And the same works with all the other options. Here also you can have like a 39 to 100 or 48 to 93, so depending which ones of these you want. You can see here this one requires 200 food, this one 239, this one 241. So it all depends on what you want to push more. Personally, when I'm shrooming, I would just go for the quickest route, so the least amount of food, because I can just spam and unlock the pet. But since I'm free to play, I might opt for going the second route. Even though I need 25 more food, on a long run, it would be much easier for me to get the gladiator on a respective level and similar. The second point of these strategies is how easy is to unlock some of these pets. So what I can tell you is that the Ninstar is sort of problematic to unlock because it requires you to have a Hall of Fame um, position and the amount of honor to a certain level in order to unlock it, and this might require you a lot of pet fights. uh, Nilit is connected to the event. Cannot now remember which one. You can find it on this page. Um, this one is also, I think, an event. So some of these Mantiflame is connected to the Tidy Toilet event. So this one is also quite problematic. And then the last one here, actually, I think this Evil Grain might be connected to an event, others are not. So some of these might require events. So it really depends which way you want to go. Um, Personally, as I said, I will probably go with a longer route because I'm not in a hurry. I'm free to play. I anyway need to build the gladiator. I need to collect other pets, so I will probably go with a slower route. But I will still think about it because I still have a lot of time to even come to any of these levels. Um, One thing to note when it comes to the unlocking of the first pets, which I might have mentioned or not, is that you can see here this is Tutti. This is the third pet on the habitat. This is the third pet. This is a third pet. But here you have a difference. These two are not the same. This is also third pet. If we go back to the game and we go to the fire, you can see that's actually these two. So in one of the strategy, you would use gulps. In the other one, you would use Pyrophibus. I opted for this one because this is how I usually go. You can see that I already am sort of stepping away from what I said a few seconds ago because I said I will go the longer route. In this case scenario, I already started upgrading Chomp, and the reason for this is because in the past I have had luck with these two. You can see here that like 2% chance to get the Devastator or Devastor, and personally I did not have problems getting this on any of my accounts, so I will just go this route. I might go in such way, let's say, sort of between different um, habitats. I might employ different strategies. So for example, here, this chance 0.35 is just really problematic. So I might go for the middle guy, which is 1.38% chance to get Mount Rexor, and I might even get it more if I would upgrade more. So I might go for the option number two to get it. The only difference is like 62 more food to do it. In general, on this page, you can find a lot of information. You can find each of the pets and how you unlock them. So you have it here explained, each one of them per habitat and similar. I will just now use the opportunity to show quickly how the fighting goes. It's pretty much straightforward. You can see that this one is maximum. I already fed him 3 times, even though I have one more food. I cannot feed him. Light, I would really like that I have more food, but unfortunately I don't have, and similar. So now I will fight both in the habitats and I will fight in the PvP. When it comes to PvP, each day the element of the PvP will change. Here you see that today's element is shadow. So you when you win against the player, you will get shadow treats, shadow food. If you lose, nothing happens. You just lost, but you lose the opportunity to attack again. So you can attack only once with each one, which with each of the elements, only once per day. So if you lose or win, that's it. So this means you have in total 5 attacks, and you can get anywhere between 0 and 5 food per day using this way. And here, what is important to mention that each one of these elements has a um, let's say advantage and disadvantage against the others, depending which one who is attacking and who is defending. The order is also on the website which I shared. So getting back to the website, you can see here, this is the pattern. So the water beats fire, fire beats earth, earth beats light, light beats shadow, and shadow beats water. This means that each one of these has a bit of um, yeah, actually, it's this one. It's the strength of the ratios, but generally the order is the same as this one. This is the order of the habitat change, which I just mentioned, but the order is the same. So water beats fire, earth, light, shadow, water, and this is the ratio strength between them. This just means that you have a little bit more chance of beating a fire with water if, let's say, the stats are the same and similar. But you can also beat fire. You can also beat water with fire if, like, you're level 100 and he's level 50. It's not limited. It's just that on a same basis you would have a better chance. Um, so in this case scenario, we have shadow and fire. In that one, the fire beats earth and shadow beats water. So there is no, and light beats shadow. So there is no direct dependency between fire and shadow. So since I'm 2 levels more, I should win. Bear in mind that the levels are based on the total sum of the levels of the unlocked pets you have. So in my case scenario, let's say here 1 plus 1 plus 5 is 7. This is why sorry, this is water. In water, this is why I have 7. In fire, 10. So 1 plus 8 plus 1, it's 10. He has 8, and bear in mind this is defined when this was shuffled. So it could have been like 5 hours ago. This means that he could have upgraded his pets. He might be now 15 for all that matters. I don't know. We will see in a few seconds. But this, if he has 2 pets, you can see he has 2 pets, and one of them has to be 1 because he has 2 pets. The other one is 7, and I have one of 8. I should win in theory. So let's try. So here you can see that he has a level 2. The other would be probably level 6. So this one I will lose. But then this one I should easily win because I have 4,000 health and similar. And then he has a level 6. Again, I should win because I have more stats. I have more constitution. I have more dexterity. Also, one thing to note is that the strategies which are shown there mostly go in the, let's say, um, what? Sorry for that. It goes the road of the selection of the pets. It goes in a way that it selects dexterity pets before anything else, because dexterity pets have the chance to dodge and then deal quite nice damage. So I think this is the reason why you are using those pets. It's not always, for example, in water. The what snake is in both of the strategies, and this is an intelligence. So it does not necessarily mean it is always, but what I noticed is that out of the 10, 15 pets which are used in the strategies, let's say 15, 10 of them are dexterity, and then there is like three which are strength and two which are intelligence. In other cases, it's always dexterity. So it's not a rule by any case, but it could be that they are a bit better than others. And then the second fight you can do is the habitat. In this case scenario, um, each one of the pets which you see here, when they are in the habitat fight, they are predefined level. So this one was level 1, this is level 3. I already won against it, and now when I fight this pet here, it's 6. This one will be level 10, and you can see it, for example, in the not earth light. Is it light? Sorry. Actually, I don't hear fire. So with this one, I won against Firimp. Again, I won against the Gulps, which was level 3, level 6, Pyrophebus. And then here is now level 10, then 14, then 20 something and whatever. So they ever increase. The last one is like around 70, level 70, 75 or something like that. However, when you win against them and when you unlock them, they start at level 1. They are just sort of making you increase the level of your pets. And in my case scenario, the only chance I have against winning, because I'm lower level in every except in the earth. So here I might have chance of winning. So let's try and attacking this one. See, it's a mirror fight. It's like 2688, 2688. There's no difference except the fact that I do have two unlocked pets. So I might have a bit of boost coming from that one. And hopefully I will win, just to show you the fact that I get also a oh no, I lost, but I can win this. He had a luck and evaded two times. I thought I will get a food just to feed it, but generally this is it. So what you need to make sure is that each day you do all of the 5 fights here, and you'll push your pet habitat to get to unlock new pets, to get food and feed your pets. Just to note that this can be done only once per hour, and the fights here can be done each 15 minutes. So in theory, you need like some hour and 25 minutes to finish this one. Did I calculate that correctly? Yeah, whatever. You need some hour and something to finish all of them, and hour and 15 minutes. Let me correct myself. And then here, in order to fight, I mean, you don't have to fight unless you have any chance to win. Here I have a chance to win, so I will do it. Or what you could do is just depend on this and the quests to get the food, and then once there is a pet event, the assembly of awesome animals, you then just push as much as possible, because you will then get a lot of food. Last and the most important thing, which I actually forgot to mention, is that fighting in the habitat, so not in the PvP, but in the habitat, gives you experience, and it is not a small amount of experience. I think that one or two levels which I achieved was coming from the pet habitat fights, because I get like certain amount of experience, and on the low levels this is quite significant. So this is also quite important for you to know that this is one more way how to get a lot of experience. All in all, that's it for this episode, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you would employ some of the strategies I mentioned here, and that it is helpful for you to do this. Just one last thing actually to mention is the gladiator, which I mentioned in the explanation, um, which is mentioned here in the pet guide, where it says you need a gladiator. So the gladiator actually increases the critical strike damage by a certain percentage. So, for example, when you crit, you do two or three times more damage, or let's say double the damage. But if you have Gladiator, it's no longer double damage, it's plus 5%, plus 10, 15, 20%. And this applies to your followers and to your pets. So this is exactly why you need to have it upgraded, because with the pink links, if you have Gladiator on a certain level, it gives you increased damage, which pink links does, and then gives you a higher possibility for you to be the poison snake or poison snake. So this is the reason why you need to have the Gladiator. Without Gladiator, this will not work. This strategy is not possible without the Gladiator, because the chance of you winning with pinklings against poison snake without Gladiator would be probably 0%. The other option is just that you unlock the pre-last pet and then fight, but even this would almost be impossible um, without the gladiator. So you need to have gladiator, but this is in an underworld, and by the time you come to the option of fighting against boy snake, you will for sure have the underworld, and you would for sure have the gladiator at some level already there. So that's it for this episode, and I wish you a pleasant day and see you in the next one.